Hi and welcome to C# login system developed using SQL. So if I enter, let's say I enter invalid login details now and I realize that I can always reset it, or I can even exit. No, I don't want to exit. Let me enter the correct password, username and password, and there we go. We are able to log in straight into our cafe management system. You will actually see a tutorial of this on YouTube. So what I'm going to do now is I'll take you guys straight into C# development environment, and we'll put one of these together. So let's do that now, guys. Welcome to C# development environment. I'm going to click on new project. Okay, now that the dialog box pops up, let's enter a login details there, a name there. So I'm going to call that CS_login _ cafe. That's what I'm going to call this one. And let's click on OK, but make sure you have C# and a Windows Form application selected. Click on OK. Okay, now the form is ready. What I'm going to do is go straight to the property right there, and then change the size of this form to 1386 by 788. The next thing I'm going to do is, maybe you see the start position, I'm going to get that centered. Then the text on it, let me change that to login system. Now that that is done, let's come straight to the toolbox here. Right inside the toolbox, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select tooltip. There we go. Right, now that the tooltip is selected, let's come straight down. You see the tooltip on tooltip 1. I'm going to click on that and paste that in here. That's for the form. Then the next thing is come back right here. Let's select a panel. Place that panel right centered, and then bring it down a little bit. Then I'm going to change the border style of this panel. I'm going to change it to fixed 3D right there. Then let's get some other panel on board and draw that one that much. Bring it right down. Let's change the size to 15 by 600. 15, 600. There. And change the border style as well. Let's change that to fixed 3D, and the back color will be white. Then I can just copy it across. Back color, make that control light right there, and just copy it across there, right there. So the next thing is, let me grab one of these, copy, place it there, and just change it over. Then that will be 600 by, no, let's make it 1000 plus 1200 by 15 right there. Let's grab it and paste it right there. One here, another one here, another one. There we go. Bring it right down. Yeah. The next thing is, let's come back here and grab TextBox. Change the font of that TextBox to about, let's see, I'm going to change that to maybe 36. Alright, no, that seems to be too big. Maybe 28 bold. Copy it across, maybe one here, and I now need TextBox. Let's grab some TextBox. 1, change that to multi-line, and 2. Let's copy it across, go back in there, copy it across. Now we need 3 command buttons. 1, 2, and we have number 3 there. So I will now speed up the design of the whole interface and get back to you guys. So let me just show you how it looks like and I'll get back to you. Right there guys, this is how the whole interface looks right now. Okay, I have an SQL there, using SQL, and up there I call that login system, and this is just a plain. Okay, so that's how it all looks. All of these are just design. You don't have to enter those. The most important bit is just this one. Okay, now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to double click on the exit, and in there I'm going to declare as follows. Let's say dialog result equals I exit, and I exit equals message box dot show, and that will be confirm if you want to exit. Confirm if you want to exit. Alright, the next thing is, let me give it a name right there. Enter a comma and double speech mark, and that will be login system. That's the name. Now the next thing is I'm going to add C# building function message box button dot yes or no, then comma another building function that will be message box icon. So the choice is yours, whatever icon you intend to use. I'm going to use maybe question, and right here enter a semicolon. Now I'm going to use an if statement. If I exit equals dialog result, double click on that and get it on board, dot yes, enter curly braces, then application dot exit. There, that's taken care of. That's the exit. Now let's come straight to the reset. Double click on reset. In the case of reset, I'm just going to enter TextBox password dot clear. Then the next thing is, let's enter parentheses and curly braces, then txa username dot clear parentheses. Then since I have username as my first one, let's say txa username dot focus right there. So that is taken care of. Those two are taken care of. Now before I take care of this, the first thing I like to do is, let's come straight into the project here. Right inside the project, I'm going to select new, add new item. Now the next thing is, since this dialog box is here, select data, and let's select server base database, and in here I'm just going to call it login system. Login, let's say database system, that's the name, login database system. Okay, now click on add. Now we'll wait for it. Okay, that's ready. Let's go straight into our solution explorer and double click on login database system. That's it. Now the server explorer is ready. Okay, if we click on the table, as you can see, there's nothing there. So the next thing is right click on the table and select add new table. Now the table should be building up. You see that, guys? That's the loading. The design surface is loading. Okay, so let's wait for that. There we go, guys. Now it's ready. The first thing I would do is, you see the username or the ID, I'm going to change that to username and make sure that is, let's change that to vi_50, and this one is going to be password, and change that to the same data type. Okay, as you can see, you must enter username and the password is optional. So the next thing is, you come right down here, create table. I'm going to give that a name. Let's just call that login table. There, that's all there is to it. Then now let's come up here, look at where it says update database. Click on update database, and this pops up. Now the update is ready. Click on update database. There we go. You can see that update for database is all there. Okay, creating updates, preview, and so on. Now the next thing I want to do is just right click on the dbo.log table, right click on it and save. Okay, it's a good practice, just make sure you do that. It's good practice. And let's say save. Okay, yes, there we go. Now our database is all completed, so I'm going to just close that. Then let's come straight in here. You see the Server Explorer, drop it down and refresh. There we go, that's our table there. Okay, now right click on the table and select show table data. Inside the table data, we just need to enter the fields we intend to use. So let's say the login details is going to be Q80, and the password happens to be 12345. Now come right down, let's enter another one. Let's say that happens to be WERTYU, and the login details there happens to be 23456. And maybe we add, let's go for 2 more, Peter. In the case of Peter, the login details for Peter will be 34567. And let's go for Tony. In the case of Tony, let's say 45678. There, and that's all there is to it. So you can also just click on refresh here. There we go. So it's all ready for us. Okay, so I'm going to close that now. So the next thing is, I'll then double click. Let's double click on maybe the form. Let's double click on the form, and so let's go for username, focus on form load. There, right there, focus. Now let's come right up here. You see here we need to enter as follows. So I'll enter using system dot data dot SQL client, this very one, and enter your semicolon. There we go. Now that I've added that library, let me come in here. I need this server, so this very one, that's it right there, login database. I'm going to right click on it and select the properties so that I locate where I have my database, where it's stored. That is where my database is stored. Look at it, connecting string. Look at it right there, connecting string. Now double click on it, right click and copy, because you need that, you're going to need that as the location. Alright, now go back into the login. Right inside the login, I'm going to say SQL connection. There, so let that be con, and that's my variable, equals new SQL connection itself. Right, open a bracket, and I'm going to enter that. I'm entering that just so that I don't have to use double bracket. Enter quotation, and just paste what you've just copied right in there, and at the end make sure you enter semicolon. The reason why I enter the @ sign, this very one, okay, is because if I take it off, there will be an error because it will expect double lines here. Let me take it off, you see what I mean? Okay, now there's going to be an error. Look at it, error there, error there. So, but if I enter double quote, okay, / and all the errors will be gone, but I don't want it that way, so I'm just going to enter that in there. So that's fine. Now the next thing I'd like to do is, let's go for SQL adapter, SQL data adapter, this very one there. With the SQL data adapter, let's give it a name. I can just call it log data adapter, okay, LDA data adapter. All right, equals new SQL data adapter. Right, now let's enter the following SQL. Select, and let's count. It's going to count from all, has to do with the login. Count from all, from table. So that's going to be login table. Let's come in here, let me show it to you guys. Look at it, login table, count from login, table, where user name, where the username equals, now enter ampersand and speech mark plus, and there we have the text, that's txt username. Let's take this off, dot text. Okay, there's a speech mark here missing. All right, that's fine now. Okay, let's move it on along. Now let's enter plus sign and quotes there. No, there. Now I think this is meant to be uppercase, dot text. Yeah, it's case sensitive. All right, the next thing is, let's go for the password, and password equals ampersand speech mark plus txt password dot text, no, dot text plus speech mark ampersand speech mark comma, and that will be the com itself there. Get rid of that. Right, okay. Now the next thing we want to do is, now that we have that ready, the data adapter, now let's go for the data table itself. So let's create an object that is data table. So double click on that. With the data table equals, let me call it login table. No, just call it, let's call it DT equals new data table itself, parentheses, and then let's go for LDA which is the login data adapter here, dot fill, and when we fill in, that will be data table there. Now let's use an if statement. If dt dot row equals 0, and the other one is 0 as well, dot string. So what we want the system to do is to check if it's 1 there. In that case, we want you to display a message that says yes, you are in the system. Or we can just create, let's create an object there. An object will be fine. I'm going to get an object here. So what I'll do is, let's come straight into project here and select new. Then I want it to be a form, so that will be form 2. So that's it right there, form 2. Click on OK. So I'm going to change the size of that form itself to the same size, 1380, whatever, comma by 7 there. Let's see, that is supposed to be a comma. Try that again. 86, 788. There we go. So that's form 2. So let's try to call that form 2 in here. But the first thing is we must convert that form. Let's say form 2 new. We change it to an object, equals f equals new form 2 else we won't be able to open it. So let's say f dot show right there, f dot show, and the f itself, let's say f dot back color, let's change it to black so that you guys know it's the right one, equals color dot black. There we go, right there. Okay, let's correct this. I should have a parenthesis there. Right. The next thing is, let's say else. We need a message box to display something, so I'm just going to copy that somewhere. Right. Let's come into the exit and just copy this. Come right down here. Paste that in there. Message box. Let's say invalid. Valid login details. Right. Now let's come into here and just clear whatever is in there and enter focus. Right. That is that. Okay, now what I'll do is just, let's give it a try and see. So let's click on start, let's see, and enter QAT there. Then yeah, click on log. There we go. You see that, guys? That is working how we expected. That's good. Reset, and let's say we change it to, let's make a mistake purposely. There we go, invalid password. See, now let's get it right. New, different one there. Okay, so that is how you create your own login system in C# or on C# using SQL. But before I go, see the form 2, I'm going to change the form 2 to my cafe management system. So let's copy that. That's my cafe management system. You guys can always see it on YouTube. So if I click on Let's select it all, edit, select it all, and just copy it. Now come straight onto my form 2 here and just paste it there. Form 2, paste. I will not be doing anything about it other than just pasting it there. There we go. And move it up. Let's take it up right there. Okay, so save that. So let's run my program again. Come in here, run it. There we go, guys. Enter the login details, QAT, and the number is 12345. 12345. Yeah. Click on login. There we go, guys. The system is working as expected, though this doesn't work. Alright, that's fine. Okay, login, delete. Okay, close. Oh, that's not working like I said earlier on. So I'm just gonna come in here, exit, copy that, come into form 1, go into the exit, copy that and paste it in there. Copy. Let's go to form 2, come right here, double click on exit and paste it right in there. Run the program again. There we go. So enter an invalid password. Yeah, that is not valid. Let's see, check that out. Okay, now let's enter the correct details. I'll take that off and enter the other username and login. There we go. And that's how you create your own login system using SQL database in C#. So with that, guys, I want to call it the end of this tutorial. I suppose you guys enjoyed. So you all have a nice day now, and bye for now.